Hey, I'm going to show you exactly what we did with a contractor's website that takes them out of the commodity zone and puts them in the consulting zone using 5 different aspects of the website. Check it out. Hey everyone, this is Logan Schinholzer, and today I'm going to be walking through one of our clients' websites because it's a bit of a different scenario. Generally, we work strictly with contractors, but in this case, we're actually working with a distributor. And the way that they used to sell their work had become really ineffective online. They were being commoditized, people weren't really going to the site, plus on top of that, the website itself was about 15 years old. So we wanted to go ahead and give it a full refresh and make it all looking great. So to kick it on off, the idea behind this site was to decommoditize what they do and who they are. So if you think about Amazon, for example, when you go on Amazon, you don't go there looking for the best customer service. You don't go there looking to learn about the About Us section. You go there literally just to buy whatever it is that you want to buy, and you generally end up picking the cheapest thing, right? Because you don't know the story behind it. So if there's no differentiating factors between one product or another, and 2 different sellers are selling the exact same thing, you're most likely going to go for whatever is cheaper, correct? So that was what was happening with Dailey, was that as a distributor, they just had on their old website just a bunch of specs and a bunch of pictures of windows, but there was no emotion behind it. And when you do that, and all you're doing is just selling the actual product or service, but not actually selling the emotion, you're just selling the specifics of it, you now become a commodity, and people don't want to buy from you if you're not the cheapest price. So that's what we wanted to overcome. And on top of that, they've been around for 60 years. We want to show that. We want to say, look, we're not brand new in this game. This is not our first rodeo. We're here to make sure that everything that you get is right, because you don't stay in business for 60 years by doing crappy work. So those are the 2 big things that we wanted to fully encompass on this website. And now it's effective because it reverse engineers how people buy and how they actually sell. So to come in, the first thing that we want is a great first initial reaction. So the first thing that we're showing here is a home. It's staged. It's got, it's got medicine behind it. It's got fruit on the table, and not just the fake fruit. There's actually some browning in the bananas. So it shows a bit of it appeals to the home. It appeals to the heart of it all, instead of just showing a random stock image or just an outdated photo. All right, and what we also talk about is custom cabinets and windows for the modern homeowner. And here is what is going on. Nobody wants to feel old. Nobody wants to feel like they're way outdated. So when you say the modern homeowner, there's a certain stigma to them. And that's who their ideal client is, the modern homeowner. So the first gut reactions, boom, right in the door. It's nice, it's clean, and it's for the modern homeowner. All right? We have a bit of a, let's hype us up, we're here to help you out. Then we start to talk about the different aspects of the business, right? Cabinet designs that bring out your style and maximize your space. The possibilities are endless. New windows so that you can relax comfortably again, get rid of unnecessary noise or drafts, right? So what you can kind of see that we're doing are, we're tying a little bit of the emotion into the logic, right? New windows so you can relax, but at the same time, you don't want to get, you don't want to have drafts, right? That's the last thing that you want. Window repair service, start small, like stuff like that. So what we're doing is we're really trying to push heavily for the different aspects of the business. So from an initial gut reaction of the whole site, it's nice, it's clean, it's simple, and you get to go exactly where you want to go. All right? The second part of this all is it needs to be an easy website. So when you first come in, what a lot of people actually do is they go right to the gallery. So instead of making people look all over the website for where's the gallery, we just make it front and center. And all you have to do is just click the button and you're there. Straightforward, right? And then we have the different cabinets, we have the different windows, and then we have different 3D designs, because guess what? The 3D designs are all part of the process. They're all part of how they do things. Okay, so that's the other aspect, is reverse engineer how people buy. And if you make people go all over the site trying to figure out what's going on, you're gonna lose them. All right, the third thing that we want to do is actually talk about some of the emotion behind it. We want to actually spearhead exactly why people are buying. So for cabinets, Have something else that no one else does. When you have your friends and family over, where do you go? Sometimes it's the living room, but most often it's the kitchen. So just in that first opening line, what we're doing is we're positioning them as you absolutely need your cabinets to look great because the kitchen is the heart of the home and the cabinets are the heart of the kitchen. So we're saying, look, these cabinets, they're not just a thing to have, not just for storage or space, they're actually for when you entertain, right? As a place that you spend so much time in, a place where so many laughs or shared memories are made, you want the space to be beautiful and unique to you and your life. So we're going for the emotion over and over and over again, all right? So that's huge on all of it, right? We want to actually talk about why people are buying it. The fourth part of a website that makes it effective is we want to then show it. So if we say start with a free 3D design, we then need to have a picture of a 3D design. Show what we're talking about, right? Let people understand like this is what we're actually doing. Instead of just saying it, let's go ahead and show it. And you can talk about that in your testimonials. You can do that with pictures. If you say like, we have great customer service, well, how do we show that? Well, we have somebody that stands by on the phone, or we have a limited warranty or whatever it is. The more that you can actually show and back up what you're saying, the more likely it is that somebody's going to move forward with you, because again, that's what they want. Whatever you have to sell, whatever your unique selling proposition is, that's fantastic. But if you can't show it, you're going to lose out, because people seeing is believing. All right, I'll leave it at that. Remember how I also said the website needs to be nice and easy to use? Well, guess what? On this page, on the cabinet page, guess what you can do? View our gallery to see what's possible in your home. You click it, and now we're back to the gallery. And you go all through the gallery, and you're looking, and you're like, man, these look great. Now let me go ahead and just get started. If you notice, the site is a funnel. The site brings people to the exact location that we want them to go to. So it's all strategic, it's all laid out nice and simple, so people can just navigate to where they want to go. When you confuse people, when you go over the top, people get lost, they get frustrated, and they go to your competitors. So if you're an established company, like Dailey is, they've been around for 60 years, the last thing that you want is to have these newcomers come up and lose out, right? You're now stuck in this perpetual cycle where a new prospect comes to your site, they don't like it, they go to another competitor's site, they like it, and then that person gets the market share. That person gets the revenue. That person gets everything. So now your 60-year-old business is now in jeopardy to those new those new contractors in your area. So the more that you dip down because your website, the more they get built up, now you're backpedaling, you're on your way out, and you're SOL. And that's what we wanted to make sure did not happen here. All right, last but not least, the fifth thing that we wanted to make sure that the website has is a fantastic, cutting edge, overall best practices, right? We put the get a quote button, which is where most people look for in the contact aspect of the website, in the top right corner. This is also where the buy now buttons are on websites, or the shopping cart, right? So people naturally know to look to the top right of the screen. And that's what we want to do, is we want to guide people to the right place on the site. So as a whole, we want to really encompass the feel of an older company, make sure that people know that we've been around for a while, so we're not going anywhere. And on top of that, instead of selling for cabinets, instead of just saying specs and this is what we can do, we want to go more on the emotion, right? We want to talk about, have something else that nobody else does, a custom experience for every home, things like that. So the more that we can make you stand out, less as a distributor and more as a consultant and an expert that just happens to distribute cabinets and windows, the more likely it is that you are going to continue to win and not lose market share and money to brand new competitors. So as a whole, that's a brand new website that we just came out with. It's already generating leads, which is fantastic. That's what happens when you have a good backing behind you, and then you combine great reputation in the community with a great website, and it's just game on. So this is you, and if you're in this kind of boat where you're like, you know what, I need a new website, we've got a good reputation, we've got the referral base coming, but our online just needs to take off, because this is how people buy these days, right? The 60, 70-year-old buyers, they still go to referrals, but the 40s and 50s, those people, they go on Google these days. So if you're missing out on all that Google traffic and Google searches, make sure that you go ahead and you position your website well and you hit on all 5 of these points. Thanks.